That's just 10. It's 613 laws written up in the Bible, the Hebrew scrolls, that we, the children of Israel, supposed to keep right now as I speak. But why you not keeping? Because you've been taught by other people, like all your religious institutions have taught you that the law is done away with, and you under grace, and you under mercy, and you under all, and you under Jesus, and you under the New Testament, and you under all of that madness that don't make sense. So again, it's going to take the prophet of Israel, which is me, to correct you people, to give you some wisdom, some knowledge, and some clear understanding. Clear understanding tonight about God's law. And when I say God, I'm not talking about Jesus, Jehovah, Yah, Most High, Buddha, Allah, none of them gods that you people call on every day. I'm talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, the real God, the Creator, the Father. So, we're going to look right now of the word lost. And then we're going to go into, I have a few scriptures tonight. I don't have very many scriptures tonight. And I did that on purpose because I need to go over the 613 laws of the Old Testament with you. So you understand that the law is not done away, and the law will never be done away. How are you going to do away with something that's so powerful, that's so righteous, that's so great, that's going to help you people to understand what the real God wants you to do? How can you do away with something like that? That's going to give you edification, that's going to give you knowledge and wisdom and sense to know what you need to do right now at this moment to get out of the had to keep. And the Gentiles and whoever else want to say that God, the Father, the Creator, is a God and is a Father. Whoever else. But it was given to the children of Israel, the 12 tribes. So you Christians and all you people can get off that 10 Commandments stuff. Talking about you keeping 10 when it's 613 wrote up in the Bible that you're supposed to be keeping. No, you get out, you under grace. Oh, I'm under grace. Because Jesus came and died on the cross. That's all you people know. That's all you people know. You don't know nothing else but that. And that's why you people not getting nowhere. You're not getting nowhere. That's all you know. So it says here in my article, in my reading, the 613 laws of the Old Testament, called the Mastaba, a simplified list of the laws of God as they were understood by the Old Testament Hebrews and the Hebrew people of the present day. No, Israel is not dead. No, Christian, you are not spiritual Israel. You got to be real Israel through the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the only way you can be Israel if you're a Hebrew. A Gentile would never ever be Israel. So again, that's the madness that you've been taught by your leaders. That's false. You're not spiritual Israel. You are a Gentile. And that's all you're going to ever be. You'll never be Israel. Why? Because Israel not gone away like you've been taught, and Israel not dead like you've been taught. They are still alive in this earth. And that's who the God of Israel, Ahayah, coming back to this earth to judge this wicked, corrupted world and pull his 10% out, which would be the 12 tribes of Israel will make up the 10%. Now, the Hebrew word for law, and then we're going to look it up. Let me look up the word law first before I go into my teaching of the 613 laws in the Old Testament. The word law. Look what it says in English. Law is a set of rules created by state institutions which make laws through the authority of the state. The laws have sanctions which are recognized by the state and enforced by state authority bodies like police, judges. I'm dealing with the law of the land now, not the law of God right now. I'm dealing with the law of the land. Judges, magistrates, police, Congress, president, all these people, mayors, they make laws in this earth. They set up rules and guidelines and regulations and things you got to follow and do. They create them in their state institutions. Like the White House. That is a state institution that was created to govern this earth. President. He the one write laws and put laws and do executive orders and all that stuff to create laws. To push authority on the people in this earth. Laws is a set of rules created by a state, dealing with the law of the land. The God of Israel don't got nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the laws that have been set up by the state institutions. He have absolutely nothing to do with them. You know why, people? The laws that have been set up in this land that you people believe that you got to obey and follow and be obedient to, rule over you. We're going over that scripture too tonight. The God of Israel don't have nothing to do with none of the laws Because guess what? The laws of this land is not righteous. They are not righteous laws. And the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he is a righteous God. And he only deals with righteousness and righteous laws. So that's why he made his own laws for the children of Israel when they left Egypt and went into the wilderness. He set up his own 613 laws for them to follow. It might have been 631 or 33 back then when they had the priests and all of that. But I'm just going to deal with 613 right now. No, the law of this land is not righteous. The laws of this land is wicked. It's wicked, people. Everything that they got set up, everything that you see, everything that they have told you that you got to do, you and your children, and obey and do this, it is not of the God of Israel. It's not the God. It's not of the God that put you here in this earth. Satan, he's the God of this world. So he got his own laws and his own rules and his own guidelines and his own for his children. The children of this world. It's Satan's kids. And they obey him and obey his laws and whatever he tells them to do. That's set up through your state institutions. So it say here, I'm reading an article right now, the laws have sanctions which are recognized by the state and enforced by state authority bodies. If you don't do this, you're going to go to jail. If you don't do this, your kids going to get. If you don't do this with your kids, you don't send your kids to school. If you don't do this, if you don't drink this, if you don't eat this, if you don't wear this, if you don't go here, if you don't do this, there will be consequences behind you not obeying the laws of this land. And God's law is the same way. It's consequences when you don't obey the God of Israel laws that he has put in this earth to rule and govern his own people, his creation. So you got two laws here, two gods here, out of this world, Satan, and you got the God of Israel. You got Satan's law. He the God of this world, so he got laws in this world. And then you got the God of Israel law. So which one are you people following? And which one are you obeying? And which one are you paying attention to? So it says here, only certain institutions can make law. The institutions that make law have been given the authority to do so. Who gave them the authority to tell us what we can eat, what we can drink, what we can wear, what we can do with our kids, what we can't do with our kids, where we can't go, where we can't talk, where we can't stay? Who gave them that authority? No one. No one gave man authority to rule us. If it's not righteousness, if it's not righteous rulership, and again, the God of Israel only deal with righteous rulership. That's why King Saul, when he went off, the first king of Israel, when he went off to start disobeying God and doing what he wanted to do, the God of Israel stripped him of his kingdom. He was a king of Israel. Stripped him of the kingdom, took the kingdom from him and gave it to David. So no, if you people believe that you got to obey the law of this land and not obey the law of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you got a serious problem. It's something very, very serious wrong with you people. Serious. How you going to obey the law of this land and not obey the law in the Bible? When you say God is your Father, Jesus, you say, you Christians, is your God, you say. Don't you know the Mashiach, the Son of God, Yeshua is his name? He kept the law when he came to this earth. Don't you understand his mom and his daddy, Joseph and Mary, kept the law when they was in this earth? Don't you understand Peter, Paul, John, and all of them, John the Baptist, kept the law when they was in this earth? No, you don't understand that. And this is the problem. And you're not trying to understand that. And that's what's going to get you people hurt more and more and more and more. You want to deny God's law. You want to not pay attention to his law and obey the law of this world or the laws of this world. So no, God didn't give the president and the mayor and the Congress and the government and all these people that you see that call themselves ruling over us, the children of Israel and the Gentiles. God did not give them, the God of Israel, that authority. The God of this world, Satan, set them up in authority to rule his earth. Because he's the God of this world. The God of Israel gave them that authority to be the God of this world. So he set up his own law. He set up his own people. And he set up his own guidelines and rules. And people to control you and rule you. Now, let me go back to the 613 laws of the Old Testament. The Mitzvah. The Hebrew word for law is Torah. Torah. That's a Hebrew word. We're not dealing with English because we're serving a Hebrew God. He's the God of Israel. He's the God of the Hebrew nation, the 12 tribes. No, he's not just God. That's all you people know him as, God, God, God. That's all you call him. God, Lord, Lord, God. No. He's the God of Israel. He's the God of the 12 tribes of the Hebrew nation. That's why I know that you don't know the real God. Because you only call him God. He ain't got no name. He just God. Or Lord. Who you talking to, man? Who are you talking to? You're not talking to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And it says here, the Hebrew word for law is Torah. In its most limited definition, it refers to the patriot. Yet the word Torah is used to speak to the entire Old Testament as well. Torah basically means to teach or to instruct. That's what the Hebrew word Torah means. To teach or instruct. And that's what I'm here to do tonight as the prophet of the Hebrew nation. I am here to teach you and instruct you into the truth. It's time for the truth now. It's time for the real truth now. That's the only thing going to help you. That's the only thing going to save you. That's the only thing is the real truth. So you can cancel all that stuff that you've been taught all your life about, God and all of that, and going to heaven, die, and yeah, and spiritual Israel, and yeah, you can cancel all of that stuff that you've been taught. Jesus is God, and Holy Spirit is a man, and He saved and sanctified, and through the saints of God, you can cancel all of that stuff that your state institutions have taught. But they got all kinds. They made religious laws, they made physical laws, they made natural laws. You got all kinds of laws that they made in the earth to keep people in control. All time. If we don't do what they do, it says right here, they were enforced. They authority behind control. Like the police, SWAT team, FBI, all kinds of stuff. Now, keep us in control. So they got a law for religion. And that's what all you people believe. You believe in the religion that they have set up all over the earth. They made a law. They made a law of religion to teach you that Jesus is God. To teach you, obey Him that have over you. To teach you, God is Jehovah. God is God. Got all kinds of things. This is set up through your religious law of religion. Let me keep reading. For a bit of the law, who the law of God showed His intent. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. And in first, the human instruction was divine. Who the law of God showed His intent in all aspects of man's life. Through the law. Everything that's going on in this world, everything that we see going on in this earth is already written in the law. But you people choose to say the law done away with and it don't exist no more. You sick and you crazy and you stupid. You stupid to think something like that. It's a motivated by love. God was motivated. The God of Israel was motivated by love God instructed his people. Give me 1 minute, people. 1 minute. 1 minute here. So how these things got up in here. So we're going to start reading some of the laws right now in a minute. Give me a minute. Life is good. Okay. And he was motivated by love. God instructed his people, the children of Israel, in the ways of wisdom and knowledge. Since God's law is given for our good, its regulations, both negative and positive, are for our protection and prosperity. So the law of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the law of the God of Israel, is for our prosperity and for our good. So you want to believe that the law is done away with, and that the law don't exist, and that you only got to keep 10 commandments. The law is for our prosperity, and that's why you people not getting nowhere. I don't care how much you work. I don't care how much you go to church. I don't care how much you sing in a choir. I don't care how much you go and go to school and get an education and get your degree. The law is for your prosperity. You have to do whatever is in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob law to prosper, not the law of this world. And that's what you people are falling. You fall in the law of this world. And you choose not to follow the law of the God of Israel. And this is a serious problem right now. This is the outcome of a rebellious, wicked, cold-hearted, stiff-necked, evil, wicked people in this world, Jew and Gentile, Hebrew and Gentile, that have walked away from their God, his laws, and what he wants to serve and obey the law of this land. This is the outcome. COVID-19, the war in Israel, and everything else that you see. It's the outcome of a people that have rebelled against their God, the Creator. And it says here, and after this article reading, I'm going to go into a few laws, and then we're going to go into a few scriptures. See, God instructed his people in a way of wisdom and knowledge. That's why you got to keep the law. That's why you got to read the law. That's why you got to understand the law. That's why you got to understand what the law wants you to do, because it's wisdom and it's knowledge. And that's why you people so dumb and stupid, because you don't believe in the law. You believe it's gone away, it's obsolete, you ain't got to do it no more. And that's why y'all don't got no sense and no wisdom and no knowledge and no understanding. The law is revealed. The law is the revealed mind of God. Let me say that again. The law is the revealed mind of God. I'm talking about the 613 laws of the Old Testament. It is the revealed mind of God. Who did he reveal it to? The children of Israel when they left Egypt. He revealed his mindset. What was in his mind for his people to do and follow? His will and his commandment is his law. That's what his commandment is. Not just one commandment or two commandments or 10 commandments. Love God with all your heart, soul, mind, strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. That's what you people think the law is. And the 10 that's wrote up in Exodus chapter 20. No, people. No, no, no. Let me correct you tonight. No, the law is not just keeping the holy days, Hebrew Israelites. You people that know you are Hebrew. It's not just keeping a holy day. It's not just keeping Passover and the dietary law. That's all you elders talk about and read to you people. It's not just that. The law is the revealed mind of God, his will and his commandment. And his commandment is his law. Thus the law is divine since it comes from a divine source. See, the God of this world, Satan, his laws are not divine. Because he's not divine no more. Remember, he got kicked out. He used to be divine when he was an angel. Of Israel law is divine. So why would you want to follow the law of this world and the law of this land and obey them that have rule over you and not obey the law of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Ahayah is his name because his law is divine and it's going to instruct you and prosper your life. And that's why you people can't get nowhere because you're not keeping his. Not at all. That's why. If how many jobs you get, how many colleges you get, how many hours you work, you will never ever get to where you need to be in this life. Without keeping the law, your life will be a living hell on earth. And that's what it has been all of your lives. People, a living hell. Why? Because you choose not to keep God's holy law. And this one verse being laws that's written up in the Bible. Because you believe you have the grace and mercy and all of this stuff that man has set up and put in your mind and taught you to believe that's not true. What is grace? Let me read this. We're going to talk about that in a minute. All that laws that He made or making was created to control us, to keep us still, and to keep us quiet. And that's exactly what's going on right now in the earth. Y'all like, you know what? Y'all people are like little quiet mouths. Little quiet mouths. As long as they keep putting a nugget of cheese, which is money, in your mouth, feeding you little bitty nuggets here, little bitty nuggets there, you're going to keep on being a weak people and letting these people rule over you. No, the God of Israel did not set up the laws of His land. Satan himself did. And God we trust. You think that's the creator they talking about? People got a lot to learn, man. You people have a lot to learn about life. You have a lot to learn. You think you already smart and you already know and you already got it. And you don't. You don't, people. You are lost sheep without a shepherd. And it said, I don't know how much time I got. I know I might go over, but I gotta finish. God himself is perfect. God's law supersedes all other laws. It transcends all other laws, making it supreme law of the entire earth. It is the supreme law of the entire earth. The 613 laws that we, the children of Israel, and the Gentiles, if they're going to be with the God of Israel, the Creator, it supersedes all other laws. It supersedes all laws of this earth. So when your Christian church teach you the law is done away with, the 613 laws that God gave the children of Israel, Ahayah, it supersedes what they teach us. Because that ain't nothing but a lie. That's nothing but a lie that was created through your law of religion of this earth. Brother, please don't go out the door no more, okay? Because you got mosquitoes coming up in here. Please, stop going in and out the door, okay? Thank you. Please, don't go back out. Running in and out, in and out. Excuse me, please. It transcends all other laws, making it supreme law of the entire earth. God's law is also comprehensive and universal. It speaks to all areas of life and to every living soul upon the face of the earth. The laws speak of ceremonial truth, moral truth, and dietary truth. That's what the 613 laws is all about. Ceremonial truth. The children of Israel had to keep ceremony for the God of Israel. Moral truth. You can't be no lesbian. You can't be no homosexual. You can't have sex with animals. You can't have sex with no woman on her menstrual period. That's under the moral law. All the ones I just named. It's so many more laws in the Torah Torah that you people are not keeping. So it's made up of ceremonial, moral, and dietary. Dietary means what you can eat and what you can drink. That's what the dietary law is. You can't eat no pork, shrimp, lobster, all the stuff y'all eat. Dietary law. It speaks of man's duty towards God. That's what the law is all about. It speaks towards man's duty towards God. And man's duty towards his fellow man. That's what the law talk about. You locked him out, bro. You locked him out. Why you locked him? Could you let him, excuse me, people, could you let him in? The law addresses philosophy, physiological, biological, physics, and all other science, economically, and you get it. The New Testament word for law is nomos. Nomos. This is where we get the word dynamic, theo, God. Nomos equal law. The New Testament is just as much God law as the Torah. The following list will help in understand the division of God's Old Testament law, which the Hebrews have recorded as 613 laws. If we combine both Old and New Testament as one law, and that's exactly what it is, the Old and New, the New Testament just relates back to the Old Testament. And if the New Testament don't relate back to the Old Testament, guess what, people? It's an injection, and it don't even supposed to be there in the Bible. It got to relate back to the Torah, the Old Testament. The New Testament must relate back to the Torah. And if it don't do that, all the verses and stuff you read in the New Testament, then they are injections, and they don't supposed to be in the Bible at all. Okay, people? I'm trying to help y'all. Trying to help you. But the God of Israel want me to help you. He wants me to help you. What he showed me last night while I was sleeping, I know he wants me to help you. You people need to listen and stop being so stubborn and hard-headed. And listen to truth, and listen to something that's right, and something that makes sense. Because what you following don't make no sense. What you doing don't make no sense. Because you want to obey the law of this world. The law of this land, whatever your president and government and all these people set up in Congress now. You want to obey these people. Your oppressors. Show me how they not your oppressors. When they got all the money, y'all poor, broke, hungry, and ain't got nothing. Show me how they not your oppressors, see? When they got all the wealth, them and their children, and you people don't got nothing but a church service on Saturday and Sunday night and Sunday morning. That's all y'all got, a church service on Saturday and Sunday. And a fake God named Jesus and Yah and Jah and Yahweh and all these names, Jehovah. That's what y'all got. Listen, people, let me help you. Let the God of Israel help you tonight, people. You need some serious help. Because your life ain't nothing but a big old circle that you keep running around in a circle, and guess what? You ain't getting nowhere. Why? Because you refuse to keep the law. As long as you keep refusing to keep the law of the God of Israel, your creator, you'll never get nowhere. Never. And it said, if we combine both Old and New Testament as one law, the list grows and becomes more comprehensive. Yet we find in the New Testament is simply an augmentation of what is already contained in the Old. Let's go over some of these 613 laws now. God. Let's look at the word G-O-D in all capital letters. The real God. Not Satan. To know that God exists, that's number one. That is the first law of the 613 laws that I'm reading to you on this page. Number one, to know that God exists. That's the number one law to be a child of God. You got to know that God exists. That is Exodus 20, verse 2, and Deuteronomy 5, verse 6. If you want to read them, go to the scripture and read it. I'm just a teacher tonight. I have some scriptures that I want to read, but I'm not going to go through all these 613. I will give you the law, and I give you where it's located in the Bible. And if you want to read it, then you can do that. Maybe next time when I come on and teach, I'll go through all the scriptures with you. But tonight, because I'm running out of time, I'm just going to give you the law and give you the scriptures where you can find them. So God, we're reading about God right now. The real God. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. To know that God exists, law number one. Law number two, not to entertain the ideal that there is any God but the eternal God. It's only one God. That's Exodus 20, verse 3, about the Ten Commandments. You shall have no other God before me. Israel. Not to entertain the idea of any other God. Don't make no statues. Don't make no idols. Don't make no graven images. He only got one name. Don't entertain the thought that Jesus is God, because he's not. Jesus was not his name. Don't entertain the thought that your statue of Mary is a God, or Guadalupe, or all them gods that they got over there in India right now. Don't entertain that thought that those statues is the real God, because a statue would never be the God of Israel. They dumb idols that can't talk, can't walk, can't do anything. So it said here, law number two, not to entertain the ideal that there's any God but the eternal God. Exodus 20, verse 3. Law number three. We're reading about God now. First, you got to understand who he is in order to even keep the law, in order to even know who he is and what he wants you to do, you got to know who he is first. You know how to act you. You can't make no image of him, your God. There's no image in this world that you can create and make like him. Because he's a living God. He's not a dead God. And he's not a statue. He talks. He breathes. He got eyes to see. He got ears to hear. He got hands to touch. He got a heart to feel. He got a mind to think. He got feet that he can walk. He got legs. He's a real God. He's not a statue. And you done made all your statues and all your images and all your stuff. Because the people of this world that rule this world, that's how they taught you people to be. That's how they programmed you to be. Just like them. Whatever they think, you gotta think. Whatever they believe, you gotta believe. Whatever they do, you gotta do it. Whatever they wear, you gotta wear. Whatever they eat, you gotta eat it. That's what they taught you to eat. That's your understanding. Law number 3. Not to blaspheme. You cannot blaspheme the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's what you people have done. From generation to generation, you have blasphemed the real God for all of your idols and your false God. Look at India right now. I read an article on the news. They want to burn their gods up and throw them in the street and all kind of stuff right now. Why? Why they want to burn up Buddha? Why they want to burn up the Hindu God? Why they want to burn up the Chinese God and all the gods they got over there? Because they starting to realize that those gods that they've been praying to, singing to, talking about, talking to, burning candles to, got them up in their house and dressing them up with all kind of stuff on them, giving them food. They have realized that those gods are false. Because those gods can't take COVID-19 from over there that's killing 5,000 a day. Every day, 5,000 in there. So now they want to throw Buddha out. Really? You want to throw him out now? That you have made the God of Israel, Ahayah, angry with you, the great I am? You want to throw them gods out now, huh? You want to get rid of them now. Because you can see, India. You're going to be an example for the whole world. I told y'all that 2 weeks ago when I made a radio broadcast. India will be an example for the whole world. Now they got a cyclone over there, water everywhere, flooding everywhere. After they sold their gods out, look what here. You don't want to mess with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You don't want to play with the God of Israel because he will hurt you very, very bad. He said, keep his thoughts. Do what I say, when I say, and how I say. If you want to prosper, if you want to live, if you want to be somebody in this earth, you got to do it my way. And if you don't do it my way, people, guess what? Your life will be a nightmare. And that's what it has been. I know mine was a nightmare all of my life. Because I was studying, looking at the laws of this world. And what they was telling me I got to do to get success. Go to college and get a college degree and do this. Get a good job. That's what I was doing. The law of this land. And I wasted my whole entire life falling man and obeying man and doing what they say I needed to do to have success, to be prosperous, to be somebody. And guess what? It never did get anywhere. Because you talking to the right person that know what it is. Don't blaspheme my name. For Jesus, for Buddha, for Allah, for Yah, for Jah, for Ahayah, for Ahayah, and all them other names, and all that Jabai, Jesus, and all them names that Mary and Tyrannosus and Guadalupe. Don't blaspheme my name. That's law number 2 for the 630th law. That the God of Israel is trying to help you so you can live and not die during your children. He's trying to help you. Yeah, it comes down to that now. We're at the bottom line right now, people. That grace stuff, oh yeah, that it's over now. We've been out of grace many years and centuries. But the God of Israel now, He done gave us all the grace that He wants to give us. We're going to either do it or we're going to be looking like India. Are y'all people listening to me? What the God of Israel is telling me to tell y'all tonight. You either going to keep my law and do what I tell you people to do, or you're going to look like India. Now, you can play with me if you want to and see what happens. I said what I said. You gonna keep my law. Israel, Gentile, do what I say. But you're gonna be just like India. And guess what it's gonna look like? And you know how she's looking right now with dead bodies all over, everywhere. All up in her water, her rivers. I'm not playing with you people no more. I'm not playing with you people no more. I done gave you enough time to make up your mind what you want to do. Number 3, not to blaspheme. Exodus 22, 27 through 28 will find that law in the Torah, in the Old Testament. Leviticus 24:16 also. Don't blaspheme my name for none of your gods ever again. Ever again. Guess what, people? Because I'm sick of it. I am sick of your Jesus and all your gods, stuff you call on. They got so much power that can help you, Buddha, and all your gods. I'm going to show you who your God is. I'm going to show you people who your God is and what they all about. India throwing them in the street right now. But guess what? They made the God of Israel angry so many times. Law number 4, to hallow God's name. To hallow God's name. Respect His name. His name is I am. In the Hebrew, Ahayah. Ahayah is my name. I am the great I am. Hallow my name. Respect my name. Honor my name. Represent my name in this earth. And not your God, Satan. You want to uphold his law. His beast system that he done set up for you people to love and run to. and lift up all his satanic money in God we trust with the all-seeing eye and all kind of stuff on it. You love it, don't you? You love this world, and you love the beast, and you love the beast system. You must follow my ass. It is not none of the things that you think it is. I told my prophet Moses what my name is. And that is my name forever, throughout all generations. And my memorial. I don't need you to call me nothing else. I don't need you to call me Most High. I don't need you to call me Yah. I don't need you to call me Jah. I don't need you to call me Easy, Jesus. None of that. Call me what I told my servant, my prophet Moses. That is my name forever. Law number 4. Follow God's name. Leviticus 22:32. If you want to read that in the Bible, where that's located. Law number 5. Not to profane God's name. Leviticus 22:32. Same one. Law number 6. To know that God a complete unity. He's only the one God. So why we got all these names and all these statues and all these churches and all these buildings and all this stuff we got? Why? When he only got one name and one way. And that way is his law. I'm going to read 10. See how much time I have. I got a little bit of time. I think I can finish it. I want to at least give you 21 laws tonight. When I come back next Monday, I'll make this every Monday now. When I come back next Monday until I finish going over the whole 613 laws with you. Tonight I'm going to give you 21 of those laws. Then I'll come back Monday and keep on going, teaching you truth. God's law versus the law of the land. Do you believe in truth? Law number 6. To know that God is one, we got to know that he is the only God in this earth. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who he told Moses he was. And over there in the New Testament and Matthew, chapter 22, I believe it is, he told him, the Son of God was telling his disciples that his father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. To know that I'm one, a complete unity. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4, if you would like to read that law. Law number 7. Love God. To love God, people. You cannot love God in this world. You cannot love God in your education because he ain't got nothing to do with your education. He ain't never told you to go to school, and he ain't never told no man to teach you something. He's the teacher. The Holy Spirit, the Mother Earth, is the teacher. He don't need nobody to teach us Israel. He's the wisest God in this earth. What we need a man to tell us when we got a divine source to tell us, to teach us, to show us, to lead us, to guide us in all truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He never told you to get rich. All these universities and schools and all this stuff got set up over the earth to get rich and wealthy off you stupid people. Yeah, I'm gonna call you stupid, but you is stupid. You is stupid. Anytime you rather let a man teach you something and give you something than the God that put you here, you are stupid. So law number 7, you gotta love God. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. That's where you will find that law. You cannot love the law of the land. The law of the land teaches you to get a job. The law of the land teaches you to get an education. The law of the land teaches you to obey the government and them that have rule over you. The law of the land teaches you to uphold the Constitution. The law of the land teaches you that you gotta look like them. Okay, we get ready to end this video. I was just going over some laws with you, Hebrews. This was one of my platforms that I was teaching the 613 laws of the God of Israel. I was sharing that information with you. We're going to end this video right now. We're going to end it. I was teaching you about the laws, the 613 laws. Maybe I'll do it again next week, another day, to finish teaching about the laws of the God of Israel. But subscribe and like the video. Share the video.